Welcome back, everybody, to another Tales of the Beard. This one is going to be The House That Waits. Hopefully you're enjoying this. I know it's been a lot of fun for me. Without further ado, which I'm not really even sure what that means. I think it means, like, let's get into this. Let's dive into this. Let's get going. Nathan Holloway had heard the stories that everybody had in town. And you know, small towns, there are stories. There was a house, the Norcross House, that sat at the end of a winding dirt road, shrouded by trees that never lost their leaves, even in the winter. And it had been abandoned for decades. No one lived there, and no one, well, should live there. But every single time as someone drove past, there for some reason, there was a light on in the upstairs window. So Nathan said, you know what? Today's the day. Tonight's the night that we're going to go see what this is all about. So Nathan went, or did he? $50 says you won't even step on the porch. Tyler grinned, shaking his phone at Nathan as boys do. He was recording, of course. The whole group was there. You had Tyler, you had Jamie, and you had Lex. They were standing in the glow of their car's headlights. Nathan smirks. Make it 100. Wouldn't you know it? There's the handshake. And there is the deal. The bet is in. Can't beat a handshake bet. Even though the bet was stupid, Nathan never backed down from it there. He turned, stepping onto the overgrown path leading to the Norcross house, while the others stayed behind. Of course, with the phones out, watching and filming. As he reached the front steps, the wind picked up. The trees swayed. But of course, the leaves, they didn't move. Nathan naturally hesitated, then takes a deep breath and steps onto the porch. The second his foot touched the wood, the front door, it creaked open. How creepy is that? And what did Nathan do? Well, naturally, just like anybody, even if he's a tough guy and takes every bet, Nathan freezes. The door hadn't just moved. It opened wide, revealing a very dark, creepy hallway inside. A gust of cold air then sweeps right past him. He glanced back at his friends, expecting them to be laughing. But they weren't. Jimmy's face had gone pale. Tyler actually took his phone and put it in his pocket. That is when you know things are bad. And then Lex, she whispers, "Dude." But you know Nathan, he wasn't about to chicken out. He turned back to the open doorway and stepped inside. The second that his foot crosses the threshold, bang! The door slams shut behind him, and there's darkness. Absolute, suffocating darkness. Nathan swallows hard. His phone's flashlight barely cuts through the thick air. Dust floated like tiny little embers, swirling in unseen currents. The smell was wrong. Not just old, but decayed. And then something shifted upstairs. A slow, deliberate sound. A footstep. Nathan's pulse thundered in his ears. He should turn around. He should run. But you know what Nathan does? He doesn't do that. He doesn't turn around. He doesn't run. He then whispers, "Hello?" Looks around, but there's nothing but silence. Until there's a voice. "You came back." Nathan's breath caught. His feet, they felt like they were actually glued to the floor, like he was a mouse on a sticky trap. He felt frozen in time. The voice wasn't coming from upstairs. No. It was much worse. The voice, it was actually behind him. So Nathan turned, expecting to see someone, a shadow, a shape, a raccoon, a mouse, anything. There was nothing. And even the front door was gone. Not closed. The front door is gone. Instead, there's just a solid wall. Nathan's chest obviously starts to tighten. He backs up, hard as hammer, and his flashlight flickered The air grew thick, pressing against him almost like invisible hands. Then the voice, it whispers again, but this time, it's much closer. You shouldn't have come back. The walls, they shift. The house, it breathed. A shape moved in the hallway, long and skeletal. Its face, a blur of shifting shadows. Its head twitched unnaturally. Nathan scrambles backwards, but then the floor stretched. The hallway pulled longer, the stairs winding up and up and up and up and up into infinity. Just like in all the scary movies, when you're scared and you tell him not to do that, you know what Nathan does? He runs. Doors line the hallway now. Doors that hadn't been there before. Each one, it was now marked with a name. And if that wasn't creepy enough, guess what Nathan sees. He sees a door. For some reason, it stands out. And it stands out because it's a door with his name, Nathan Holloway. His breathing stopped. His body screamed to run, but his feet moved on their own. The doorknob, it felt warm. The whisper, it came back again, but this time it was from inside the room of the door with his name. And all it said was, "Come in. We've been waiting." The ones that stayed outside, Tyler, Jamie, and Lex, they stood in stunned silence. Nathan, he had never come back out. Tyler, he goes to check his phone, and the footage was still rolling. He scrubbed through it, heart just a-pounding. There was Nathan, stepping onto the porch, the door opening. Then the video goes to static. When the screen cleared, the house was completely empty. Nathan, he was gone. There was no sign that Nathan had even ever been there. The wind picks up. A light flickered in the upstairs window. And then another door appeared on the house. And you know what that door read? Tyler Jennings. The light inside the house then goes out. The end. Picture your Tyler. Your heart is racing. You just lost your friend to something that is inexplicable, something that nobody is going to believe, and something that could end up leading you into a world of trouble. What are you going to do? Hey, we all went to the woods, to the creepy house, but one didn't come back. Well, that is another episode of Tales of the Beard. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Guess what? We'll be back, same time, same place, next week. Can't thank you enough for giving this a watch. We'll see you next time. Take care.